Hello, thanks for landing here. My name's Suj, and today's entertainment will be another hidden gem, an unexpectedly charming bubble-popping arcade game called Pirates Pop Plus. Let's delve in. I'm just going to make a quick note here. I did not expect to be making a hidden gem video about this game. I expected it to be a throwaway title to cross another game off the list of my ever-expanding Steam game backlog to make myself feel a bit better. You can imagine then that I was pleasantly surprised to actually be enjoying and having a blast playing this, and the time just seemed to fade away. At the time of writing, I have just over 2 hours of gameplay clocked in on my first session. Quite a long time for an arcade style game, as they tend to condense a lot of action into a short time period. The perfect casual game then. Loading in for the first time, you get a little set of story screens. Realistically speaking, these are the only ones I've seen so far, so they serve as more of a vehicle for the action. After this, the game wastes no time chucking you straight into the action. No tutorials are needed, as you already know by the overlay that you have a D-pad and an action button. That's all. You fire off the action button, which launches a grapple upwards. If you didn't know what this does before, you will the moment it hits a bubble. Your score will increase and the bubbles will split, making it more challenging to not only avoid them, but also accurately hit them, as they decrease in size quite significantly. Also, if you didn't know you needed to avoid them, you will the moment one of them hits you. Every once in a while, a mischievous pirate will appear to make your life that little bit more complicated. He will either pop up to add another bubble, or to change the gravity of the square-shaped arena. Good news is, whenever he pops up, you have a brief window to use that grapple and get a little payback on that pesky pirate. If you manage this, he will usually drop a coin. These will become relevant later on. The difficulty will increase more and more over time, with the action getting more frantic until you eventually lose all of your lives. Once this happens, the menu pops up for the first time, and this is where the game really begins. The main screen has options like you'd expect. However, the interesting thing you may or may not notice is the little shop button to the bottom left. Here you have access to the treasure trove of customizations for many a thing, but not limited to button colours, frame colours, decals, palette colours, new characters, and music. I realised I had no goal to buy anything at this point.
I must get more precious,
I said in my cringeworthy Smeagol voice. Once in the main game, there are two game modes. Normal, which is the one you've just played, and Hyper, which is a higher octane game mode. Hyper mode is also a bit of a gamble. You pay 25 gold as the cost of entry, therefore you've got to make this one count. As you play through any mode, there are different weapon types that come in and help pop those bubbles more effectively. As the action increases and the pressure mounts, you'll find yourself frantically pressing that trigger and firing off various weapons. The draw of seeing all those treasure chests pop up spitting out coins gives quite a bit of incentive to carry on getting all those cosmetics. In Hyper mode, this is even more so. Treasure chests pop up much more frequently, with the caveats being that not only does the game get harder faster, but you can only take 2 hits before game over. As I continue to play this game, I felt this is a perfect one for Steam Deck owners. Now, I acknowledge that there will always be players looking at the price and thinking, but this is the same price as Vampire Survivors, why don't I just play that? I absolutely agree that Vampire Survivors is likely the best bang for buck. However, I also believe that if a game has a fresh concept that's fun to play and is executed well, price becomes less important. It's also there for anyone who's already played through that game. If it goes on sale though, I recommend this to most people, especially those with a Steam Deck. I hope this gives you a good taste of what to expect when playing this game. If you happen to be a bit of a fan of arcade-style high-scoring games, and perhaps you used to even play a few on your Game Boy back in the day, then this is for you. Although this is a very simple game, it is also a tricky one to master. The execution of the gameplay idea is top-notch and has that just one more quality to it. And I'll mention again, I got very immersed and forgot I was even playing it. Always a sign of a great game. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I thank you for watching until the end. If you'd like to see more of these, feel free to check out my Hidden Gems playlist to find more, as well as solo plays and off-the-wall game nights that include a few of my chums. If you want to stay in the loop, then feel free to subscribe. Until then, I hope you have a great day, and I see you next time. Bye for now.